And we should be live. And hello to everyone watching in the stream. And hello to the YouTube viewers as well. And welcome to Lago Maggiore here for switched to the Group 3 cars for this race. I'm just going to make sure that all of the right menus are on, as they're just practicing at the moment as we get ready to go into the qualifying session. We've got myself and Isaac Smart for commentary of this Group 1 race here.
What's good, guys?
And currently leading the championship is Play Dutch. We've been in the Group 4 cars so far, coming up towards this race.
Let me just quickly get up the standings.
We've got a lot of people changing cars going into these races. We've got Daniel Gardenzi in the Supra, having a little bit of a spin there. We've got Oriel, who's in the Aston Martin. A lot of people choosing to go for the Aston Martin in the Group 3 cars. And Cryptek actually going for the Jaguar there. I don't think it's a great car for the Group 3s. As we see them just getting ready. I'm just going to type in the chat that we're ready to go. And yeah, just got so we've got Natty in the Mercedes. It's going to be interesting. His teammate, I believe, is Bon Evil, isn't it, for this season and practice. So hopefully you can put some good times in for their team. It's quite close, I think, in the Constructors' Championship between the kind of second and third after the BCMR brothers there. It's very close between the rest of the field. So Topster going for the BMW there, so quite a different choice there.
I just realised that Ivan's strategy, you know how he underfuels and changes his tyres quite frequently. It might work quite well around this track because it's quite it's a small track, isn't it?
It's quite a short track, yeah.
He might be able to make that strategy work like he usually does. It didn't quite work from as much as he wanted it to on Brazil, but on his previous races you could just see the true pace of that strategy, man. It's a good call. Also, we have a battle for P3 in the standings in this race, as the Flying Campios and Forget Me Not Racing are tied for 96 points, so this race might be a big determining factor for the championship.
Yeah, it could be with Bon Evil.
Cryptek losing the car there, so Cryptek completely in the wall to reset to the pits.
Cryptek now, yeah. And Ivan also in the wall there. And these guys obviously just getting ready to go for qualifying. Tim, going to be interesting where Timgren's going to be. He's stayed with, actually no, he's gone to the Jaguar. So he's gone from the Jaguar to the Mercedes for this season, hasn't he? Interesting to see him and Natty, who are both in that car. His teammate.
Wait, who's in the Jaguar, sorry?
Holland Campion.
Is that Cryptek?
No, it's Timgren who's gone for the Mercedes, and so has Natty as well.
Cryptek's in a Jaguar though.
Yeah, Cryptek is in the Jaguar. One of the few drivers going for the Jaguar. A lot of people going for the Aston Martin. His teammate, Timgren's teammate, Holland Campion, going for the Aston Martin also. And Daniel Garden's obviously going with the Supra. And as we begin qualifying, we're going to see who's going to come out on top. My favourite has got to be Play Dutchy in the kind of form that he's in at the moment. Going for the BMW though for this this part of the championships. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. I'm not quite sure who's right at the front of the drivers. Hello to Castango in the chat.
BCMR Racing, bro. It's Tiger and Toussaint, currently on 178 points, followed by Dada Racing.
Is that the one with
138?
Is that Dutchy's team then, I think?
Yeah, that's Dutchy and
Yeah.
Topster.
Dutchy's team.
So Dutchy and Topster look
Well,
we're in quite
Topster
good
hasn't,
positions in
yeah,
practice as
Topster
well.
hasn't quite been pulling in the points that Dutchy has, but Dutchy's really been pushing that team forward, and unfortunately with a couple of not so great races for Tiger and Toussaint. Remember Tiger making a few mistakes around the previous track in the Group 4 cars, but going to be interesting to see who's going to come out on top here. Obviously with the new cars, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to get on top of them quickly and adapt to the new kind of driving style that they're going to have to take for this.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you haven't seen the previous race, you should definitely go back and watch it.
Right, the one around Interlagos.
It was so crazy. Yeah, it was a really intense race. We have quite a lot of traffic right now. Quite a lot of traffic. People right up each other's rear end there to space out. But true to say, they are on outlaps here.
Yeah.
They have some time to space out even.
Tyres warmed up and getting ready to go for their laps. We've got Tiger in the BCMR car. Really liking the look of that livery, Isaac. It's got a little bit of the green, like a quadrant kind of green, and then it's got the black and the white from it. So yeah, I'm really liking the look of this livery for this season. It'll be interesting to see where they come out. Toussaint actually picking a different car to Tiger though for this season, so going different. Last season they were both running the same car, so interesting to see what kind of tyre strategies they're going to be doing, because obviously Toussaint getting it all sorts of out of shape going into the first corner.
Timgren missing the braking point, running on the grass there.
Oh, and Jetsy, getting on the grass as well, just going deep into the first corner. They're just getting used to their braking points and the tyres on this track with these new cars.
First corner really catches you out, doesn't it? You haven't spotted that braking point. The Timgren again is completely getting it wrong.
He's gone off the track there, didn't he? Yeah. Gone off the track, and that might compromise Dutchy's lap, who was right behind him there, but manages to get past him there as Dutchy comes through the second
into
sector.
The wall.
Jetsy's off.
That was bad.
Unfortunate for him there.
And Toussaint getting it all sorts of wrong as well.
Hello to Rick Holt, Pierrick, Black Country in the chat. I do really like this track. I think the West variant is probably the best one, but obviously for the Group 3 cars we'll be running on this version of the track. It's a great corner coming down into this one where you just kind of swoop around the right hander, but you kind of take a little bit of curb, but you can run quite wide on the exit almost. You can't really use the curb, but it's wider than you think the track, especially in these kind of cars. Some of these guys are going to come through to finish their first lap, all kind of in a tandem here, so they should be setting similar kind of lap times. See what Dutchy can set on his first attempt.
I think Ivan had quite a good lap because he had a slipstream from his teammate, and Cryptek pulled out to the side after giving Ivan that tyre.
As Dutchy goes 1.4 seconds ahead of anyone else, really strong lap from him, and it's looking like another domination by Dutchy. He's got his teammate Topster ahead. Going to be interesting to see if they're going to give each other any of the slipstream. I think they've got a slightly different livery, the two teammates there. Dutchy just going for a white kind of livery on there, white accent, sorry, with that car. But Topster going with a kind of mint green one. I quite like the change in that they're running a similar livery, but just slightly different for the two drivers. Jetsy coming out on the super soft, was it the soft, sorry, for a lap? I thought it was the super softs. Is anyone going for a lap here? Timgren just on an out lap. Daniel Gardenzi looks like he's on a lap here in his Supra. It's got to be between Dutchy, Timgren and Toussaint. I think it definitely will be, but and Daniel Gardenzi losing the car there, I think. Sorry, I didn't quite see that. He's just checking the chat, but I think Toussaint's definitely going to be up there. I think Tiger's got a great chance here in that Aston Martin of being quite far up there. Looking at his track guide video, he's looking quite quick in that BCMR car, so it'll be interesting to see where he can put his car today. Also his teammate Toussaint, I don't think he's put a time in yet. So down in P12 at the moment, no, he's just on an out lap now. And
interested to see how Toussaint will perform this week, given his really good result last week. Got that win, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Definitely a great result from him. But saying that a Timgren could be near the front of the field, he's currently struggling a little bit in his Mercedes. He's just got a little bit wayward in the previous corner, not in that one, but the one before that. He's managed to keep it around the lap though. He was just on an out lap, however, but not quite looking comfortable with the car. So could he put his car up there? I'm not quite sure if he's going to be able to get close to the top guys. Currently Tops are doing very well there, and he's the Timgren just struggling again into the first corner, going quite deep under the brakes. As here he comes now through the left-hander, and then you go into a quick right-hander after that. Not very much straight between there. Gets the car turning quite nicely, runs quite wide on the exit. I think you can do that on this game though. You can use quite a lot of the curb as he comes through. You now got the right-hander, which you have to brake very late for.
First corner again. It's really proving very difficult for these drivers this time. It's caught a good few of them out already. The race hasn't even started.
And you got the quick chicane here, left to right, and then left again through here. You gotta love that corner. You can take a lot of curb on these corners and really gain some time through there. And Timgren's really ringing that car out at the moment, getting all the grip he can out of it. And it's looking like he could put in a decent lap here as he comes into the last sector here. Gets nice and wide up on the curb on the exit, but not too wide, as I think that was Oriol going very wide there, and that was not a great line for him. As we see a Timgren coming through, making his way through the traffic. He's still in his lap, but he's got a lot of people ahead of him.
Loads of traffic here.
And yeah, Dan Schneider is going slowly, and Timgren's trying to get past, and I think he made a bit of contact with his rear, and that's really unfortunate for a Timgren's lap, as I think he was really pushing on that lap on the super soft tyres, and that's really unfortunate for him there. And is he going to be able to finish his lap and put a decent time in? Let's see here. It's going to be a 1:54.5, puts him P3 for the moment, very close between himself and Topster. Toussaint puts himself into P5 with his lap, and Daniel Gardenzi only being able to manage P10 for the moment there in his Supra as well. And currently Tiger down in P8, that's quite unfortunate for him there. Really thought he would be closer to the front of the grid, currently on the soft tyres though. So he might just be waiting to go onto those super soft tyres. And not seen so much from Ifin here, and he's getting a bit twitchy on the car there, and quite seen as he was last season. He was very, very consistent last season, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Had some great performances. Got on the podium a few times. Ifin is currently not quite sure where he is in the championship. Oh, Tiger struggling with fuel, says PRX, so that's the reason that Tiger's quite far down the order at the moment. And yeah, these cars are much better to watch. I mean, the speed that they can carry through the corners is so much better to watch than
this is Dutchy being held up by Toussaint really badly.
Oh yeah, and he's almost bumping him through that corner, giving
him
a draft through there, and he's not quite going to look for the move. He's still got the fastest lap by quite a way as Dutchy, so not really needing to improve yet, as he just backs off that lap and thinks better of it. Is a Timgren going for another lap? I'm not sure, but he's got Natty and I think that's Daniel Gardenzi right ahead of him.
Bonnie's just forced Dan Schneider completely off the track. Bonnie really aggressive there.
And Bonnie will go in P3, and Topster
really wanted to finish that lap.
Topster
It's
improving,
fourth,
going 5 tenths
Schneider.
behind. So yeah, but Topster has just gone 5 tenths behind Dutchy, so he's getting much closer as Cryptek goes P4 in the Jaguar there. Good lap by Bon Evil. It's going to be good for her team. She can keep that through in qualifying. P3 at the moment. And Natty down in P6 for that team. Now you're almost drifting it through that corner there. See if Tim Grant can improve on his lap as he managed to put it up into about P3 or P4, now slipped down to P8 after everyone's been improving. Currently on some worn tyres, so might be the reason that his pace is not quite up there. Might have to pit at the end of this lap. Only 4 minutes to go though, so he's going to want to get a move on. Let's see if Tiger's not improving on his lap at the moment. Let's see if he's probably going to be coming into the pits. I've been down in P10 as well. It's not a great performance from him so far. He's currently on an out lap, about to come around a really quick left-hander and onto the main straight. It's Holland Campion pits for some fresh rubber. Ivan's going to continue on though to go for his lap. It's heavy braking down into the left-hander. Very late on the brakes there. Almost have a little twitch of the car on the exit, and he'll get in the rear out. Yeah, and he's not comfortable with that car, is he? He's all over the shop through these corners.
I really like the livery on that car though.
Yeah, the Coco livery is looking real. I like the way they've
I
gone
like
with the
Matt
silver.
Gray.
Yeah. Oh, you think it's Matt Gray? I thought that was silver.
Oh right, kind of looks like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it might be Matt Gray. Yeah, sorry, my eyes are deceiving me. It looks like silver. It looks like a bit like the colours from like the 2007 McLaren.
Yeah, maybe a bit of both, to be honest. It is a bit silvery.
I think it really looks like the one that Hamilton used to drive. Oh, and drifting it through there. Those colours, because it's kind of like a red, but it's a reddy kind of orange.
I see that.
It's that kind of colour. I do like that one.
Mercedes.
Yeah, I love that one. Pierre saying Dutchy will go into the 152s. Well, if he does, he'll be like going 2 seconds quicker than most other guys, but that's not making too much of a change from the way it's been for the majority of this season. Dutchy's had a lot of dominant performances, really, hasn't he?
He's looking for the win today, isn't he?
He's got to be, hasn't he? The streak that he's been on, he's only lost, I think, one of the races, has he now? I think he's lost, or was he 2 of them?
Yeah, that was his. No, that was the first
yeah,
race
two
that he
team.
lost.
He
didn't lose it, did
he? No, he came second.
Where did
I
he
think.
finish? Yeah,
probably second.
That's not really a
he's
loss.
Definitely still leading the championship. And they're saying that it's not clean from Dan. I think Dan was. I think he was on an out lap when he was going through, but he was just going so slowly that Dutchy just had to, was it Dutchy? I think it was a Tim Gren, sorry, that just went straight into the back of it. He had nowhere else to go, so he just parked it up on the track. I think there was kind of a train either waiting to go on a lap or kind of just slowing down. I'm not really sure what was happening there, but
there's a massive train of cars at the moment. You know, just getting ready to go on to their laps. Also, do these cars need to swerve to maintain like temperature in the tyres?
I think they'll get a lot of like natural.
Oh yeah, I'm just seeing Topster and Natty doing it.
Yeah.
Just answered my question for me.
They do a little bit. But here comes Ivan now. I think he is on a lap here. So I think he aborted his last one and is now going for what is probably going to be his final run with only 1 minute remaining. Taking it through the middle sector now. Taking it quite nicely through there. Looks like he's got it a bit more planted through here. Completely cuts the curb over that orange sausage curb there and completely flat down the straight. Is only about a 10th up though, so it's unfortunate so far for Ivan. Going to see if he can make up some time into the last sector, late on the brakes. Quite nice through there, keeps the car quite tidy. and then throwing it into the left-hander. Just completely flat through there. And late on the brakes there. You could not take this like that in the Group 4 cars. Yeah, and the BMWs are they're looking good at the moment, but also the Aston Martin's looking quick. Cryptek is looking quite handy in the Jaguar. But seeing if some of these guys are going for a lap. We've got Toussaint coming round now. I think all of these guys are on laps. Dutchy. Yeah, the Timgren currently down in P8. Ifin currently sets a lap, but he's actually only gone. Where has he gone? He's only gone P9. So he's only improved by 1 position there, and that's unfortunate for Ifin there. I really thought he would have been able to get his car further up the field.
With no slipstream there, he had no cars in front.
As we see Tiger now coming through to start his final lap, it will be. Or has he already finished his lap? Yeah, replace the Coca-Cola by Vodafone. I think it actually would. If you literally took that side bit off, where is it? You got Cryptek's one as well, also got it on. It's got the KFC stickers on. I think they used to have Vodafone, and there was another main sponsor there. I can't quite remember what it was, but it looks really nice.
Drivers are crossing the line now. We've got Timgren going fastest, followed by Topster. Bonnie stays third. Obviously improved on her time. Who's in fourth? Let me see. Dutchy's in fourth. Toussaint has been knocked down the order to fifth.
Dutchy's not been able to improve, so it's this a non-pole for Dutchy. He's going backwards over the line now. And yeah, Timgren coming out of nowhere and grabbing pole position. There was me saying that he was further down than normal, and manages to grab pole position there. Very, very impressive from Timgren. It's then Topster in second, Bon Evil in third, Play Dutchy in fourth, Toussaint in fifth, Cryptek in sixth, Dan Schneider in seventh, Oriol in eighth, Natty in ninth, Tiger in 10th, Ifin in 11th, Daniel Gardenzi in 12th, Holland Campion in 13th, and Jetsy in 14th. And we are ready
to get underway.
We are.
Any second here for the Lago Maggiore circuit, and that's lights out, and away we go. And that's Cryptek getting an absolute blistering start from 5th up into 4th already. Timgren leading, Bonnie Evil getting ahead of Topster there.
Oh, and Dutchy's bogged down.
3 wide there, wasn't it?
Dutchy's now in P6. He's had an awful start, and
that's Toussaint and Cryptek going wheel to wheel, as well as Tiger and Oriol.
And Bon Evil's had a great start up into P2. As they all make their way through the next corner, we've got, I think Dutchy might be looking for the move on Cryptek. He's going to look down the inside potentially into the next corner. They're bumper to bumper here, and Dutchy does send it down the inside. A great move there by him, and up into P5, so trying to make his way.
Oh, and that was Tiger making a move on Cryptek there. That was a nice little nice little cutback from him. Oh, and that's Oriol getting all sorts out of shape, just losing the car, hardly keeping it in. Now we've got Natty all over the back of him to worry about. Seeing Natty in his mirrors. Natty is looking for that move. Any second now. We have do we have anyone else going wheel to wheel?
A lot of people getting penalties already.
And that's Bon Evil looking for the lead of this race, but just
she sends it.
Yeah, she takes it, but
very late on the break.
Oh,
she pushed it wide, and Bon Evil's lost it, and she's all sorts of out of shape.
Toussaint's gone through as well. That was so unfortunate.
I didn't even know what to say there. She ran wide.
Just lost it herself, didn't she?
No, but Timgren pushed her a little bit wide, but I think it was only fair. I think she should have backed off a little bit earlier, but just got pushed off the track slightly. I'm not sure she saw that one coming.
And, this is Tiger making a move on Dutchy then, just forces Dutchy the long way round.
Yeah, this is the back we haven't seen much of it.
This is so close, and Tiger's all over the back of him. But Dutchy holding on to 5th at the moment, having not the greatest of starts that we know he's capable of doing.
There's always a Mercedes. It's not a Mercedes. This is what team? It's a Gavra racing car on pole. So there you go. If we had that in real life, it'd be great. In the F1 with a Gavra racing car on pole. 50 minutes. I know I could not do a 50-minute race. But we do about 25% races on F1, and we'll do like what, one of them when we're knackered. I could not do these endurance kind of races that these guys do.
Oh, that's Oriole again,
so
getting it wrong.
But
And
sorry.
it's Holland Campion now, and Natty coming through. Natty's up into 8th, but Ifin's gone the long way round into that corner. And has snatched that position back from him.
Sorry, but I think Topster could be looking for the lead of the race here. He's all over the back of a Timgren, and he's just looking for the move. But there's also Toussaint getting involved in this battle, and it's anyone's guess who could win this race. We've got Dutchy closing up behind. We've got Toussaint, who's all over the back of Topster, but now Topster is going to be looking for the move on the Timgren, and he looks down the inside into the braking zone, and he's going to make the move stick. Easy move, but that allows Toussaint
to come through as well.
But now Timgren's going to defend it back. Yeah, he closes the door and says, "Not today, Toussaint. You're not having that one."
Oh, this is that was Natty getting past Holland Campion there. Holland Campion leaves him a fair amount of room, and Natty just worked with that and made it work for him. Ifin getting a little bit squirmy there on the rear.
Yeah, Natty also, I think he got hit a bit by Holland Campion, who's trying to come back at him now. Going into the last corner.
Topster leading, isn't it? Having a really good start to this race.
Yeah, Topster having a great start in that. BMW is looking really, really quick, and Dutchy, his teammate, now absolutely sends it down the inside. I'm not sure if he made contact there, but it looked like he just absolutely sent it on
and that's allowed Tiger now to come through and gets past Bonnie Evil, and Bonnie's it's not done. There's staying right behind her for the moment.
Yeah, and
and that's Holland Campion completely losing the car, and he is absolutely spun it and hit that wall quite dramatically, and now he is feeling the consequences of that as he drops down into last.
That's so
quite unfortunate for him, yeah.
And that team as well for their Timgren and Holland Campion. Timgren's been pulling in some decent points, but now Holland Campion's got some front end plate damage.
Oh, and this is
this
is in Cryptech now, exceeding the position to his teammate Ifin, and obviously they're both playing a team game here, and thought that he didn't really want to battle that too hard, just in case they made contact.
And just going to work.
So fair play to Cryptech, but Ifin has a mountain to climb to get back into the usual positions that he's used to. Anyway, I think that was a Timgren looking for the moves. Or was it Dutchy? I can tell. I think it may be Dutchy.
It's so
looking for the move on a Timgren.
You could literally throw a blanket over 1st to 7th. I mean, look at this. Talk about close racing. We've got all of these guys so close. Dutchy is in P4, Rick. Currently in P4, Dutchy, and I think he's going to be looking for the move on the Timgren. He's looking for it, but I think that's Toussaint looking for the move on Topster. Is he going to try it round the outside? It's going to switch to the inside. No, just backs off for now, and is going to try and maybe get a good slipstream going through onto the next straight. So once they go through this left and then this quick right, is he going to try and send it after this little straight here as we go onto it here now? Currently the gap is about 3 tenths as Timgren going a little bit wide there through that corner, and they might allow Dutchy to get back, and I'm having a really bad camera angle here. And is Toussaint going to try and send it? No, he's just going to stay behind, thinking that playing the long game here. But now where Dutchy is going to be coming through.
Wheel to wheel with Timgren there. And they're going into the braking zone, and the Timgren, I think, just having the better line, have made a bit of contact. Dutchy's fighting this really aggressively. Dutchy does not want to exceed his position.
Tiger's getting involved. Here he comes. Is Tiger going to now look for the move on both of them? As he's going to look to the move, I think, down the inside.
And the Timgren runs a bit wide there, doesn't he?
And here he comes, Tiger. He's going to have a great slipstream, but there's also Bon Evil getting involved in this battle. But Tiger's going to send it down the inside of a Timgren, and the Timgren's lost 2 positions in about 4 corners.
Going around the outside of Bon Evil there. Tiger's still all over the back of a Timgren. Just didn't have the capability to make that move stick on that occasion.
The Timgren got some great defensive skills there to keep him behind, and Tiger just going to have to stay behind for now as Topster's
Oh,
getting quite close behind.
Toussaint took the lead.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. But it's constantly
Sorry,
changing in this race. Yeah, sorry about that one. But Topster is currently chasing him down, so it could be a change in the lead already. Potentially coming onto this straight, but now Dutchy is closing in onto his teammate Topster, and is he going to look for the move down the inside of his teammate? No, he's going to think better of it for now, as I think that was Tiger looking for the move there.
Oh, that's Ifin looking for the move on Bonnie Evil there. Bonnie just completely closed the door and didn't want to leave him any room. She needs to really get her head down if she wants to keep these two. I forget their team name. What's their team called? It is Coca-Cola Racing. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, she needs to get her head down if she wants to keep those two behind. And this is, I think that was Tiger looking for the move on the Timgren there. And yeah, it's been a really really intense start to this race, hasn't it? Like you said, it could be anyone's game at this current moment in time. Toussaint looking really fast again though.
Yeah, and Dutchy is just all over the rear of Topster. He's using all the track to try and get as close as he can to him. I think Dutchy really feels that he could be winning this race right now, and he's also got a Timgren who's quite close behind. I don't know if he's going to be looking for the move, as he's very close in that Mercedes car, closest that anyone's been able to get to these BMWs. Also got obviously the Aston of Tiger, doing a great job. Getting quite close towards the back of Ifin.
Is this the first time we've seen Topster up in these strong points finish?
Yeah, we've seen him a couple times where he's had some good races, but never really been in the chance to get any podiums. I really don't think I've seen him on the podium so far in this championship, but doing a great job of holding it down at the moment. But he is coming under quite a bit of pressure from Dutchy as his tyres are starting to wear down.
Oh, and he's just got in the grass a bit there, hasn't he? And that's allowed Dutchy now to go the long way around into this corner. But has to be careful because he's losing time to Timgren behind now.
But it's the outside, the switch to the inside. But he's not
he just couldn't make that move done. But he needs to be very smart about when to make this move, because if he makes it in a wrong position,
he's making it
time
now.
But sorry, yeah, they are going.
He's making it now, but now a Timgren is now getting involved as well. I don't know if he's going to try and send it on Topster.
No,
I think he is.
Wide on him.
Yeah, and then the Timgren just sent it on Topster, and he's made the move
trying
work.
to fight this back, but just lacks traction. Actually, no, he's thrown it to the inside.
And Topster
but yeah, he just
two
has
positions
to,
again, and now I think that's
position.
Tiger maybe looking to get past him as well and make use of his mistake there. Well, it wasn't really a mistake. He just got launched on by Dutchy and the Timgren. It just came at him with everything, and he just had no response with the grip and pace. I can go off that menu. Why is it not getting me off the menu?
Oh, and that's Topster making the move on a Timgren there for third, and a Timgren fighting this very aggressively.
Yeah.
But it just has to exceed that
now
position.
There's another battle going on between Tiger and Ifin, and Ifin was so close to him there, but just backed off in the end, and didn't manage to get the move done. Didn't quite have his front tyre ahead, and Tiger keeps that position for now, but Timgren is so close to the back of Topster.
You can see the desperation of him to get past Topster. He is all over the back of him. Might even be looking for the move into this break.
I think it's because Dutchy has now pulled a 1.4 second gap to Topster.
Timgren's making this move, and Timgren is going the long way round into this corner. Has to cut the grass a little bit, not to make contact with Topster. But makes that move up. And I think that was
Topster's got it all wrong on the exit, and that's going to allow Ifin to come through, taking P4. That's a great move by him if he can keep it together down the inside, and he does. Glitches a little bit through there, but we'll pretend that didn't happen. Ifin up into P4. Topster's now dropped down to P5, so really dropping down the order now, and is now Tiger going to be looking for the move on him. It's really unfortunate for him here. But he's losing this time, and yeah,
Just noticed
Tiger now
Topster will be wanting to pit soon. Look at the tyre wear on his car there.
Yeah, Tiger
Probably,
also having
falling
some
down
bad
the field a
time.
little bit.
I think they're all
Struggling
kind
with
of
that traction
suffering
because of that the tyre deck.
And something we haven't really talked about in this race, Natty, he's just sliding it all about the
Yeah,
track. In that
I saw him
forget-me-not
getting
car.
it all wrong a little bit. I think it was the final corner he's struggling to get the power down.
His
He's running a
front
bit wide, so
tyres,
he's picked up the penalties.
his front tyres are so worn. I don't
Oh,
think
they
he's
are,
going
aren't
to go
they?
much
Yeah, he needs to
longer
get
on those
into the
ones.
pits.
They're really badly worn, and Jetsy's still got that front wing damage. The Holland Campion pitted for his one, but Jetsy's decided to stay out with his damage. Very unfortunate for these guys towards the back, who have just kind of lost track of these battles that are going on up here. But it's very close still between. There's kind of been a gap pulled between first and second, sorry, and then down from third to kind of, I think it's 7 4 8.
That was Cryptek getting it wrong, and Bonnie Evil had to. Bonnie Evil had to just cut the grass there, either to avoid contact or outbreak herself. I couldn't really tell because of the camera angle, but yeah. Anyway, we have Ifin, having a really good comeback drive. Ifin was down in like 8th, if I can remember correctly, and now he's up in 4th. So clearly, that strategy that we discussed earlier in qualifying is actually it's working for him.
Yeah, and there's I think we need to give Ifin the comeback king title, because he's had some great races there where he's come back from like not a great qualifying position, gone for an alternate strategy and made it work. So he's effectively the Natty of this league, isn't he? And just pulling off that alternate strategy, making it work. And now he's looking for the move.
Timgren has sent it down the inside. And Timgren holding it the long way round into this corner. And I think that Timgren will come off better in this scenario, but Ifin is still there. We also have Tiger. We also have Tiger getting involved now as well. He's going wheel to wheel with Tobster for P5. Ifin got through into third, and they're going nearly 3 wide into that corner there. Timgren's still coming back at Ifin. Really doesn't want to exceed that position. We have Tiger and Tobster also going wheel to wheel behind. So it's 2 sets of people going wheel to wheel into these corners. Tiger gets ahead of Tobster there, and Ifin ahead of Timgren.
Yeah, Tobster got a bit rearward out of that right-hander. Not quite sure what the corner name is, but it's the very elevated one is the one I'm going to call it. The elevated.
Timgren running a bit wide.
Yeah, Timgren taking
Tiger
a bad line through that. Yeah, Tiger up into P4, so he's having a great comeback as well. He didn't have the best qualifying here, but showing his race pace here. Now Ifin going very wide on the exit of the last corner, and Tiger up into P3 now.
Just a bit of Timgren past Ifin as well, hasn't it? That was a bad mistake by Ifin. Ifin just has been having to exceed this position here.
Now Topster.
But also needs to be wary of Topster behind, yeah.
Oh, but Timgren's made the move on Tiger, and a little bit of bump in there, but Topster's gone very wide and he's off. And that is so unfortunate for Topster, and he just about managed to keep it in, but all over the shot there, and I think his tyres are just gone. He's losing the car in everywhere. And is it time to start pitting? Are we going to see some of the drivers start to come into the pits? Dutchy is not coming into the pits yet, neither is Toussaint. We've seen this battle behind between a Timgren and Tiger still going on, as a Timgren's pretty much bumping Tiger through that corner. Is he going to look for the move? He's going to wait a little bit, quite early on the brakes there at Timgren. Ifin almost going into the back of him.
Timgren looking really competitive in this race, and is right on the back of Tiger already, despite falling down to 5th. And is looking to make up this move, probably this or next lap, or is he going for it now? I think he's going for it now, yeah, he is, and he's made his way side by side with Tiger. Has a better line. Tiger looks for the cutback, but just doesn't have the momentum. They've made a bit of contact as Timgren's rear end snaps out a bit there. That's allowed Ifin to come through a little bit as well and gain some time. And Timgren moves up into 3rd despite that contact. And Ifin now and Tiger are wheel to wheel. And Tiger is probably going to go later on the brakes and try and force him the long way round, and does.
Timgren's got no fuel. Timgren's going to have to pit. He's got literally no fuel. He's got to pit.
Oh yeah.
So is
And
Tiger.
has,
These guys are
Tiger
going to
has no
have to
fuel
pit
as
at the end
well.
of this lap. I don't know if
And
Ivan, yeah,
Ivan. And Bonnie.
they're all low.
Bonnie has low fuel. Look at Bonnie's
surely got to come in this lap, and they all are. Literally, all four of them absolutely floor it into the pits.
Dutchy's staying out there.
Hello to
Trying to go for an
Zexify
overcut strategy. What's good, Zexify?
Hope you guys are all doing well. It's been a good race so far. As Dutchy's actually taking the race lead, sorry now. First time he's been in the lead. When is he not taking that lead though? Nah, first time so far in this race as Toussaint's gone on the medium tyres here. For his strategy. It's going to be interesting to see if Dutchy goes for the same strategy or whether he potentially goes for the supers or the softs again. I don't think you can do. Sorry,
I believe that was Oriole making that move up on Jetsy. Also, Holland Campion still running in last. I believe pitted for a second time, runs a bit wide then, a little bit onto the grass, but having a really bad race today. He's usually quite fast, isn't he?
I think he had a better race, not the last race into Lagos, the one before. I think it was Kyoto driving part. He had quite a good race, and his pace was actually quite good there. Oh, and it wasn't Kyoto actually. It was Yamagiwa. I think it was Yamagiwa. I think Dutchy was fuel saving. Oh no. Oh no, are you joking? Oh god, I think he was just playing around, wasn't he really? He's losing the rear a little bit there and just struggling to get on the traction in his BM. He's surely got to come in the next couple of laps. He'd slightly overfueled compared to the other drivers.
Ivan trying to get a massive switch back on a Timgren and makes it work as he has a better line up that corner. Now they're going to go wheel to wheel into this next corner, and that's Ivan still got his nose in there, and forcing a Timgren slightly wide, but Timgren I think is going to have to exceed this position now as Ivan just had that momentum around that corner, but Timgren's really trying to fight this back and tries to send it down the inside, but isn't successful on this occasion as Ivan stays in fourth.
Tiger now might be looking for the move as Dutchy. Where is he going to come out the pits?
Bonnie's got issues as Tobster is now sending one around the inside, and he puts himself up into 7th. I think Bonnie just had a bit of a compromised exit onto the corner and just cost herself some time there.
Close battle that Timgren could be potentially coming back at Ivan here, I think. As Cryptek's currently in P3, he must have pitted quite early for those tyres, as he's got a great undercut here in his Jaguar in the Coca-Cola racing team, and doing very well at the moment, currently in P3 and P4. And if they can hold this town, this would be their best result so far, but Cryptek, obviously, because he's pitted earlier, will have to obviously pit earlier for a new set of tyres later on, probably go for a harder compound as he's pitted for the softs again. Probably have to pit earlier. Ivan's gone on that kind of alternate strategy again on the super softs, but they're not quite working for him so far, as although Timgren's on the soft tyres, he's pressurising him quite hard here, and still looking for the move as Tiger's now dropped back a little bit from this fight. Might have had a little bit of a mistake, as I think Timgren could be lining up an overtake here. He's just spotting where he can make a move on Ivan, pressurising him through these corners, staying very, very close to his rear wing. Getting a good exit off the last corner is going to be crucial if he wants to make an overtake into the first corner. Runs quite nicely through that corner. Might have run a little bit more wide, but he still gets a good exit. And he currently sets the fastest lap there at Timgren as he's looking for the move. And I think he's decided that the time is to send it is right now, as he looks down the inside here. He's going to switch to the outside, just stays behind for now. But he's very close, and now Ifin's closing right up to the back of his teammate in Cryptek. And going to be interested to see if any team orders come in here. I think Ifin essentially let Cryptek through earlier on in the race. I can't remember which way round it was, but I don't know if there's any team orders going on here. Not quite sure if these guys are in a party together, but yeah, it looks like Cryptek's just holding up Ifin through these corners. But could Cryptek play the team role and hold up a Timgren for Ifin here? That could be really crucial. Oh, sorry, Timgren's already made the move on him.
The gap to separating Toussaint and Dutchy is coming down. It was 2.4, is now 1.7, still depleting.
Yeah.
Dutchy looking really fast on this track. Toussaint needs to be very wary not to put a single foot wrong, because if he does, he will be under pressure from Dutchy behind.
I think Dutchy has got this one in his back pocket. He's pitted later
Look
for
at this
those
gap,
tyres.
it's still coming down.
He went longer on those tyres. He was saving his fuel, and now he is absolutely going for it. Is Dutchy? He's having some great times. I think he's going to probably set the fastest lap. Doesn't actually, about 4 attempts off his time. But now Ifin, is going to have
Timgren now is looking for the move on Timgren's looking for the move on Ifin and sends it down the inside way later on the brakes. And Ifin just knew that there was no way he could fight that. Brakes earlier, but looking for a tighter line, but just doesn't have the traction to fight a Timgren back, as a Timgren stays in third.
Yeah, and Tiger could be closing up on the back of Cryptek, currently in P6, and behind him he's got Topster, who's pulled quite a bit of a gap to, and Topster's dropped back from the start of the race, having a great qualifying session and a pretty good start to the race, holding it down at the front of the field. He's now dropping back quite a bit, unfortunately, Topster, and not having the best race. Also,
this gap to Toussaint and Dutchy is now 4 tenths from 1.6 a lap ago.
wow.
So Dutchy has shown his true pace around this track, closing well over a second in less than a lap, and Toussaint is under a lot of pressure right now.
He's got to be feeling it. I don't think Toussaint's going to have any response to this speed that Dutchy has, as Dutchy lining up the overtake, just waiting for when he's going to make his move. He's just taking his time. He's thinking about where he's going to make it. Where's the best photogenic place to take a photo?
We have Ifin now, also looking for the move on the Timgren. Did just have his nose in there, but had to take it out because Timgren was defending quite
Here
quite
goes
nicely.
Dutchy. Here he comes. He's already on the straight.
Toussaint still ahead a little bit.
Nah, he's gonna have it under brakes. Dutchy down the inside.
Toussaint going the long way around.
Oh yeah, Toussaint going actually
Toussaint
very late on the
defending.
brakes.
Yeah, Toussaint bringing out a really good defensive technique there, and as a result of that, Dutchy has to stay in second. But Timgren getting a little bit wrong there, and he's lost some time to Ifin behind. Ifin beginning to get impatient.
Here comes Dutchy now. He's gonna try and look down the inside. I think he's gonna have it done. He's got the speed, he's got the line, he's got the inside, and he's got the move. But now Toussaint switches it back. Gonna try and come back down the inside. It's gonna go wheel to wheel through the middle sector. He's just gonna have to take that move. But now Toussaint is staying right behind him. Gets a good exit off that corner, and now onto this straight through here. I think he's going to have a great slipstream and a chance into that uphill braking. I don't think it's an uphill brake, it's just that elevation change. But here comes Toussaint now. He's going to challenge it down the inside. He's not liking this one. He's fighting it as hard as he can. Toussaint making the move back down the inside, but now switches it back. Does Dutchy tries the switch back, but he's not going to have the traction to keep it around the outside. This is a great battle going on here, as now Dutchy's going to try and send it back down the inside. He does, tries it, but then just has to lay off and just brakes slightly earlier than Toussaint. as these guys are both pushing to the absolute limits here in their BMWs, and this is some great racing as now they've been fighting for a whole lap, and this has surely got to be losing them a bit of time to the guys behind, but they've got a huge gap to behind. And is Dutchy now going to look for the move again, going into turn 1? He's going to try and go round the outside this time, and try this it round, then he's going to try and switch it back now round the outside.
Oh, and they've made a bit of contact, haven't they? And Toussaint is just
Dutchy getting rearwards.
Toussaint just staying ahead. I don't know how this guy isn't crumbling under the pressure. If I had Dutchy behind me, I would be spinning the car, man.
Nah, let's face it, we wouldn't have Dutchy behind us for long, because he'd be lapping us. He'd be absolutely having us, I think, on this game. But yeah, he's having a great race here, Dutchy, and for once we're not seeing.
Oh, this is Ifin looking for the move on a Timgren. That was very clean between those two, and Ifin puts himself up into a podium position now for the second or third time in his GT Sport career, and Timgren just following closely behind. He was looking for the move, but I think just got a little bit out of shape in one of those corners before, and has to stay behind. Oh, Toussaint and Dutchy are wheel to wheel. Dutchy's super late on the brakes, looking for the switchback. But the rear end just stepping out again in the exact same place, and that's just allowed Toussaint to keep P1 for the time being. Dutchy is just being impatient. I think he should be waiting until Toussaint makes a mistake, and then that's when he should be going for it, because he doesn't want to be losing too much time to these cars behind either.
And he's not like he can't afford to be patient, you know. He's got like another 20 minutes to line up the overtake. He's probably still kind of saving his fuel and his tyres maybe.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He should be like being patient and save his fuel, manage his tyres. He doesn't need to be driving super aggressively now, as Ifin is sending one down the inside again and has the inside line, but I don't think he's going to make this move just there, but he might pull out to the side and does. And is looking for this move into this braking zone. Super late on the brakes by Timgren though, as he's going around a long way into this corner, touches the grass, grazes it ever so slightly with his left tyre, and that's allowed Ifin to gain a little bit of time, but I think has to just stay in P4 for the time being. Tiger having a good race as well. Bonnie and Natty not looking too competitive at the moment. I don't think either of them are having their best drive, especially Bonnie. Bonnie's usually at the top of the grid. Yeah, so it's definitely allowed for a reshuffle of the grid today, hasn't it?
It definitely has. We've got these guys asking in the chat. Sorry, Rick Holt was saying, do these guys have to pit again? They definitely will have to pit again. Yeah, guys like Ifin could have to pit twice on those super soft tyres, so the strategy could still come into this race. These guys are definitely gonna have to change their tyres, but now Dutchy is looking all over the back of Toussaint, and that looks like a really good camera shot there, as Dutchy was like squirming around all over the back of him, tries it round the outside of this tricky right-hander.
He's got the traction down, doesn't he, and Dutchy puts himself up into first if Toussaint can't come back at him into this corner, and I don't believe he can. Looks for the inside line, but Dutchy already saw that move coming a mile away, and Toussaint now super late on the brakes, but just couldn't make that move up, as Ifin's got past the Timgren as well that we didn't see. Sorry about that. Topstar all over the back of Cryptek.
Ifin's gone wide, and that's going to allow a Timgren to try and have a look back down the inside. It's going to now switch round the outside as they go round the last corner. Is a Timgren going to manage to keep his foot in? Is he going to be braver than Ifin there? And Ifin actually manages to just keep it there and almost squeezes a Timgren out.
Cryptek looking for the move on Topstar, as Topstar just made up that move on Cryptek, but I think Cryptek had a really bad line. That corner, and that was Bonnie Evil. Bonnie Evil making contact with a wall and getting on the grass there. That was a really it's quite a bad crash. That's definitely cost her a lot of time back. We can see these we can see the Forget Me Not Racing team on a bad day today, really struggling with this track. Maybe it's their car.
I think a Timgren looking for the move on Ifin, sorry, and he's going to try and have a look down the inside, but he just backed out of it there a little bit. He was getting so close behind him, so much overspeed through there. But now Tiger's getting so involved in this battle on his medium tyres, as his tyres are so much fresher than these guys ahead now. And Tiger's just been managing everything, and now he's going to try and launch an attack, I think, later part of this race. Don't rule him out for a podium, I think, here, Tiger. He could get that P3 if he's able to.
We have Toussaint looking for the move and is coming back at Dutchy into the same corner that Dutchy made up his move on Toussaint. Oh, they've made a bit of contact as Toussaint nudges Dutchy a little bit aggressively, wanting to just assert his place there to let him know that he's there. And Dutchy looking for the long way around into this corner, but I think Toussaint is going to be fighting this one, and they're still wheel to wheel after 3 corners, and Toussaint just having a really good race today again, exactly like last week. Hasn't put a foot wrong this whole race.
It's just been great, like back-to-back action, as like one driver's kind of gone through and then it's been the other one coming through. But interestingly, I've literally just noticed this, which could be a big part in the race. Toussaint's gone for the medium tyres, but Dutchy's on the softs. So although Dutchy's a lot quicker now, Toussaint's got more tyre wear than him. They're in the same car, so their tyre wear is going to be pretty similar. As Toussaint very late on the brakes there, screeching the tyres there. And he's going to have to, he's going to have to pit fairly soon because of fuel.
Bonnie getting on the grass in the same place again.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bonnie will not having a great race here, but sorry, Cryptek and Ifin both coming into the pits. I said about Ifin on those super soft tyres having to come in, also refueling now, even though he had a fair bit of fuel left. Dutchy had more fuel. Oh yeah, Dutchy has way more fuel than Toussaint. That is true. So Dutchy can go longer on his soft tyres, but are they going to last as long as Toussaint's? I mean, he might have to pit sooner just because of the tyre wear, but I mean, he's very good at managing his tyres and his fuel, and Dutchy's probably going to win this race, unfortunately. But I mean, we don't want to say unfortunately. He's a great driver, but you know, we want to see other guys kind of challenging for the wins. But Dutchy has been impeccable this season. No one's really been able to challenge him apart from this man, Toussaint. And Timgren's been able to get close a few times. Ifin on a few other occasions.
Oh, who's that? That's Tiger now, looking for the move on a Timgren. That was so late on the brakes, and Tiger's forced the Timgren off the track a little bit. Just taking the racing line, as was his right to do so. So there was that wasn't dirty driving there. That was very clean. But Timgren now is still staying directly behind Tiger. So. It's
Tiger's
not
gonna have to pit though soon. He's on the mediums.
It's not clear skies for Tiger, as a Timgren is less than 2 tenths behind him, and that gap is just continuing to come down. But either way, Tiger looking really competitive in that Aston Martin. Tiger and a Timgren also into the pits.
Yeah, and it looks like this is the time for some of these medium runners. Tobster also coming into the pits, or was it Timgren, sorry, who's just literally entered the pits. It'll be interesting to see what tyres these guys go on. This should be able to get them to the end of the race now. I don't think they will be pitting again for the end of the race.
So is this Toussaint looking for the undercut on Play Dodgy?
Well, I think that's yeah, it's got to be. As Ifin has managed to jump a Timgren now by 5.2 seconds with that undercut. So that gap was, I mean, they were fighting like nose to wing, and now he's pulled out a 5.2 second gap. Admitted, they're both on the super soft tyres. They both have a similar amount of fuel. Ifin has slightly less, might have to pit again on those tyres. Potentially. Tiger going for the soft tyres, so should be able to get those to the end of the race. And it's going to be also interesting to see when Dutchy is going to be coming into the pit lane for his stop. Currently very far off his fastest lap time, 2.4 seconds there. His tyres
so the closest battles on the track at the moment is Natty and Dan Schneider in P10, P11, and Cryptek and Bonnie Evil. Bonnie Evil just looking for this move already, pulling out to the right hand side, and I think they are wheel to wheel. Yes, they are. As Bonnie Evil looking ahead into this braking zone. She's going to be really late on the brakes and leaves Cryptek hardly any room. Completely cuts that chicane. And makes that move up on Cryptek and moves herself into P7, but Cryptek
fighting it back.
Cryptek has sent it down the inside, and Bonnie saw him at the last minute there.
Cuts the
and has
grass
gone
a
so
bit.
wide and hits the wall ever so slightly, but Cryptek wasn't close enough to capitalise on Bonnie's error at that moment in time.
And then we've got obviously Natty and Dan Schneider behind as well. Not really seen too much of these guys so far this race. Fortunately, with not great starts from these guys. And, also got a Tim Gren who could be coming under pressure from Tiger. Tiger about 1.5 seconds behind. Tim Gren is on the super soft tyres, however. Tim Gren's got the fresher tyres than Ifin there, so could he try and gain that gap back down? It's gone from 5.5, I think it was, to now 4.7. So he is gaining a little bit by a little bit on Ifin. And is Toussaint also closing the gap on Dutchy? I'm not sure he is. Dutchy went longer, pitted, and he's still come out ahead of Toussaint. How has he done that? Dutchy has just had so much pace that he's been able... How has he done that? I have no idea, but he's without got...
I didn't even realise Dutchy
1.1 seconds behind. Toussaint, is actually closing the gap as he sets a purple middle sector there, going fastest of anybody. Toussaint is really pushing those soft tyres now, but Dutchy is on the super softs. Toussaint sending it through the last corner. That makes more sense because he needed to refuel less. His pit stop was shorter. See, I don't understand this game as much. I'm more thinking towards F1. I'm like, well, they should all be the same time, but I get that now, right? So that's why Dutchy's managed to stay ahead. Well, he's done a great job of managing his fuel and his tyres in this race, so I mean, you really can't fault his driving so far. Toussaint now dropped back a little bit more, unfortunately, so it looks like we're not going to see another titanic battle just yet, as Dutchy, just sets the fastest first sector, if I can get some words together.
Daniel Gardenzi coming into the pits for some fuel and a fresh set of tyres. Also, just noticed Ifin's tyres are falling off quite drastically already, so Ifin will definitely be making another pit stop in this race.
I'm not sure. I think, will he have to? If someone knows in the chat if Ifin will need to pit again, there's 9 minutes left, and if you look at the bottom left at his tyres, I think he's going to have to pit. I don't know. I think
he'll be pitting in a few minutes.
He could go to the end. You can lose so much pit stop and place Tobster in because you put too much fuel. Yeah, so but I think if you look at how much fuel Ifin's got compared to like Dutchy and that, they're about the same. I think he could go to the end on those tyres. I think his tyres are just going to be really worn out by the end, but I think he'll be able to make it. Could be that Tiger's able to close up at the end, like I said, because he's been able to save his fuel and his tyres. Now he's got a lot more fuel as Tiger, so he could be able to close that gap. It's about 5.4 seconds now though, and he has got a Tim Gren now within a second of him, so he's going to be getting that slipstream, and obviously Tiger's got no slipstream ahead. I'm not sure he's going to be able to close that gap to Ifin. I think Ifin could hold down that P3. I'm not sure if Tiger's going to be able to get that podium that he'll be wanting here. But the BCMR brothers, if it finishes like this, P2 and P4, they'll be pretty happy. But now Toussaint is going to be looking for the move on Dutchy, I think, here. And he looked around the outside there, but then he kind of backed out of it halfway through the corner, and all getting a bit waywards through that corner, getting rear kicking out. And as they come through onto this straight here, Toussaint is going to move towards the inside, and he's already got past him way before the braking zone. With so much more speed going into there, and Toussaint up into P1 for now. So this is going to be really interesting. With 7 minutes left, we still don't know who's going to win, as Toussaint's currently leading, but Dutchy's also looking very quick on those super softs. Dutchy having less fuel than Toussaint though, interestingly. So although Dutchy did that shorter stop, he's put in less fuel, and could that cost him? I don't know if you kind of have to manage your fuel in here, or does it just go at the same pace?
I'm not sure, as we have a Timgren all over the back of Tiger at the moment, looking for this move to make up. I'm also being wary of Cryptek as well, gaining on Bonnie Evil as he has been doing for the past 3 or 4 laps, I believe. But Tiger is beginning to come under pressure in his BCMR car to a Timgren, and Timgren's just sitting comfortably in that slipstream, and is thinking about pulling out to the right hand side, and and super late on the brakes, and he's going the long way around again as he's done the past few times into this corner. But Tiger's not giving up easily. Tried to fight it, but just didn't have the best racing line like Timgren did in that corner. Timgren's 4th, but Tiger, as I say this, Tiger's looking down the inside again. Tiger's just had to exceed that position, but he's still in the back of a Timgren and pulls out again to the left-hand side.
Trying to go around the outside. Is he going to try and do what a Timgren did to him? He's done the textbook switch, but he's done the textbook switchback.
Made a little bit of contact.
Oh, that is a great move. He's made an arrow of a move. Oh, textbook switchback. That was absolute textbook.
I keep saying a Timgren getting past, but every time I say that, Tiger just comes back at him.
I know, it's constant battling here, as Tiger's now going to look to make the move back. He's going to have a really nice slipstream onto this straight, and surely going to pull out towards the right hand side of a Timgren. As he does, he still has that 3-10 penalty to serve though, with only 5 minutes remaining. But I'm just going to check up on the front guys. Toussaint only pulling about a 6/10 gap to Dutchy, so still very close at the front. Dutchy could just be kind of managing his tyres.
We have Holland Campion looking for the move on Dan Schneider now. They were just wheel to wheel, but Holland just had to avoid a bit of contact there with Dan Schneider. But Dan Schneider and Holland absolutely hunting down Natty for 9th at the moment. Dutchy is still sitting behind Toussaint. Toussaint's still leading, but Toussaint has a little bit more tyre wear than Dutchy does.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which might give Dutchy an advantage. Could go down possibly to even the last lap of this race.
Dutchy's on the super softs, but he pitted later than Toussaint, but I think it was 2 laps, so he's going to have much fresher rubber. But I'm not sure that
we have Bonnie into the pits.
I think he's going to kind of come on.
I think that was Natty running a little bit wide as well.
This has not been a great race for the Forget-Me-Not team, has it? As they're now right down the grid.
This is probably a race weekend they'd like to forget. Have to go come back.
Oh, and Natty, as I say that, commentators curse. Natty goes off the track and he's got damage. He's hit into the wall, and he's also got, I think that's engine damage on the left. I think it is there. Is that the engine damage?
Yeah,
Someone tell me.
It's
got to be engine damage, and he's got damage on his front right and his front wing, and that is so unfortunate. I didn't see if he made any contact with anyone, but yeah, very unfortunate for him there, and looking like he might have to either retire the car or just try and get a few points back. I mean, he's still ahead of a few of the other guys in P11, so he might keep going through this one. But Toussaint still leading the way, interestingly. Dutchy not mounting an attack just yet, with only 2 minutes 40 to go though. Is Dutchy going to be able to make the move? I've been thinking that he's just been kind of laying off and waiting to make the move, but I'd have really thought he'd have made it by now. But maybe he's waiting for now. Maybe he's been waiting and waiting to make the move. Now closing the gap a little bit. Yeah, the gap's just come down from 7 tenths to 5. And maybe now is the time to make the move for Dutchy.
Oh, Dan Schneider getting a little bit out of shape there. Probably has all the grip of a pot of butter, as you can see by his tyre wear.
Yeah.
Looking to probably come into the pits, or does he just...
I think he's going to have to just put up with it for the last...
push this car for the
lap
last 2 minutes of this race to grab P10. There's no way he's catching Holland Campion on much fresher tyres. Boneville.
Oh, but sorry, there's a Timgren, I think, is going to be looking for the move on Tiger. He's all over the rear of him here. And he's just going to wait for the move. And this would be a great opportunity to get him through here.
Oh, and Dutchy looking for the move on Toussaint. Dutchy pulls up to the left-hand side.
This is what he's been waiting for.
And Toussaint just knowing that move was just inevitable, and Dutchy just taking his win.
I think he's planned it. I think he's absolutely planned it.
That was a good fight by Toussaint.
He
Toussaint
literally
gave it absolutely everything out there, but Dutchy is just on another level.
He watched and waited and then thought, I'm going to wait until the penultimate lap and then make it. But is this a bit of a mistake from him? Because with a minute remaining, they're going to have one more lap, and Toussaint's literally pushing him through these corners. He's staying so close, and Dutchy's currently struggling with fuel, but he's only got one lap left now anyway to do. As they round the final corner, it's just still so close between them. We've got Tiger's going to have to serve that 2-turn penalty, but he's got a Timgren right behind him. And yeah, on this should be the final lap here.
Forcing Dutchy through that corner.
Yeah, almost literally pushed him through there. I think he made a little bit of contact with his rear.
Could be a last-minute dive bomb by Toussaint if he's brave enough.
I don't know. I think Dutchy's pulled a bit of a gap now. The gap's now up to about 6 tenths of a second. Toussaint's going to really need to pull a sector and a half out if he wants to try and make an attack on Dutchy. Dutchy's now pulled it to about 7 tenths, and it's looking less and less likely that
Timgren is looking on the back of Tiger. Timgren's been sat behind Tiger for quite a while. First to Tiger for being able to keep Timgren behind, but can he do it?
Gap's about 6
again
tenths
on this last lap
between Toussaint and Dutchy, as Toussaint is gaining. The gap's now down to about 4 tenths. He's very close, and Dutchy's also got a bit of traffic up, I think, ahead of a back marker. I think that's I think it's Jetsy. It's Jetsy. And Dutchy now coming under pressure. Could Toussaint potentially look for the move? The back marker went off ahead of him, and it's just not close enough as Toussaint to make the move, unfortunately. He didn't have the straight line speed, I don't think, there to make the move. And it looks like Dutchy is going to take the win then. He's managed this race to perfection. He made the move on the lap before, and he's really looked insane today. He's looked very, very quick as always, and rounding the final corner. Although having a bad qualifying
making
session,
the move on Tiger, it isn't. A Timgren gets past Tiger.
On the
just
last
before
lap.
the line. Yeah,
But is Tiger going to look for the move back? Is he going to be able to get it back? And he tries round the outside, but it's going to switch back to the inside. Is Tiger going to try and get the slipstream and pull out at the last minute? He's going to try a Gasly, and it's going to be neck and neck. It's Lightning McQueen, but he's just
so close.
Taken
That was so
P3.
unfortunate for Tiger, because I watched that move happen.
Tiger had that penalty.
I saw Tiger ghost, and Timgren was just able to drive through Tiger, so there was no wheel-to-wheel racing there. It was a pretty easy move for a Timgren. So if he wasn't ghosting, could have ended in a whole different way.
Yeah,
but either way,
another
great performance by the man himself, Play Dutchy. Followed very closely by Toussaint, who looked who looked on his way to win this race, but Dutchy took it back in the last second.
Yeah, and then a Timgren taking P3. Tiger in P4, Tobster taking P5, Ifin in 6th, Cryptek in 7th, Bon Evil in 8th, Holland Campion in 9th, Dan Schneider taking P10 with Daniel Gardenzi in 11th. Unfortunate race for Natty down in P12 there for his first race in the Group 3 cars, Oriole in P13 and Jetsy in P14. And that was a very, very interesting race. First race in the Group 3 cars and yeah, it definitely did not disappoint. Looking forward to the next next week of racing. I really have not been able to speak today, but thank you for everyone in the chat. Pierrick, Rick Holt, Zectify, you guys have been great.
Yeah,
And
thanks guys for watching.
we really hope to see you next week for the GT Sport League, and we've also got the weekend league coming up this weekend. The start of the new weekend league. I think it's season
On
is it season
Catalunya,
5
isn't it?
now? I think it's season 5 now. Yeah, and we start off in Spain, and myself and Isaac Smart will both be competing. So really, really hope to see you guys there. And yeah, have a great evening and take care.